Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in a top left position as the blue Zerg player, representing Team Fnatic. And his in-game tag conveniently is phonetically exactly how you should be pronouncing his team name. Not Fnatic, but Fnatic. We have none other than Miniraser. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right, as I realize Nick's not doing his grossly exaggerated zoom-ins this evening, and I'm being slightly disappointed. Ex-Slayers, ex-Western Wolves. I want to say a little bit fortunate in getting away with the series victory in the last PvP, but it is a mirror matchup and you have to take every chance you can get, so well done to him. We have the yellow Protoss player in the bottom right. It is Arthur.
He just went shotgun. That's how he won him.
Yep, rock, paper, scissors, shotgun. That's that is the story of that last series. And Arthur held the shotgun.
For Arthur, should it be like rock, paper, scissors, Excalibur?
Maybe, because the last 10... I'll tell you what, like, seriously speaking, the last 10 seconds of that Game 3 we saw just now really was like a sword through the eye socket of your opponent, who was slightly bigger than you and had a slightly sharper stick than you do, but you drove yours through his skull, and that's the end of that, is more or less what happened.
That is pretty much, like, that's an adequate description. Now, Miniraser, I want to make a big deal of this, Chorusar. Like, if we could have, like, sound effects from production, I'd want a drum roll at this moment. Because he's gone hatch first. Hatchery first, Chorusar.
That was my attempt at a drum roll.
Against the Protoss. Hatch first. Okay. Protoss. Like, he's going to be fine, because it's a gateway expand. But imagine if it was a Forge. Imagine.
I'm laughing so hard right now because, for those of you who are wondering, by the way, Maddles and I are observing, but Nick from Game Social is actually doing the observing on the stream, and I'm sure all the viewers got it just now as well, as Maddles was going, hatch first, Protoss, hatch first, Protoss. Nick was jumping between the two
No, I'm
bases.
doing the obsing. I'm doing the obsing
Wait,
tonight.
you're doing the obsing?
Yes.
But I thought Nick was doing the obsing.
Yeah, you're all you're following Nick's camera, who's following my camera.
Oh, isn't it normally Nick's camera that's obsing?
Yeah, it normally is, but he's being lazy tonight.
Well, I really like that you were jumping between the bases. I just lost track of everything I was going to say and just started laughing for a while. That was brilliant.
What can I say? I can speak and obs in a comical way. It might not be effective, like, in any way at all, but at least it's amusing in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly. No, you're completely right. Hatch first against a Protoss that might have just casually dropped down a Forge and proceeded to absolutely annihilate everything you've ever known and loved is a pretty ballsy thing to do. But as we can see, if we take a quick look at Arthur's vision, he has seen about as much of the map as I have seen from a much-needed energy drink yesterday evening, which is not a lot, ladies and gentlemen. So Miniraser is going to very comfortably get away with it, and because of that, he's also going to enjoy 1 or 2 extra drones more than if he would have gone for a pool first.
Oh, Jorisar. Arthur, do you know why he's not scouting? Because he is going to put on the pain train. Unfortunately, this Overlord up in the high ground is seeing all. It knows it's there. The Zerglings coming in as well. They're just like, you seem to have 3 gateways at your wall off. I'm guessing there's going to be one in your main base, which means you're going to go for some delayed 4-gate pressure against me. That means the Miniraser, he needs to chuck down a Roach Roar, and he needs to get his Zergling speed finished up soon, and needs to hold it like a boss.
And right now, he is making all of those things, except he's actually making none of them, and he just finished off 6 drones. So what he makes next is going to be pretty darn crucial here, Maddles, and Sixlings are coming out with a couple more drones as well, but I see no Roach Warren in sight, and instead he's going to put down a double evolution chamber. I'm not 100% sure about this, but maybe he's feeling confident he can hold it with Lings and Queens alone.
You can do it. It's possible.
It's hard, though.
I believe in Miniraser. He can do it. It's a lot easier with roaches, but it's not essential. Like,
look at well, here come the porcupines, man. They might do it. Oh, and I tell you what, if they get this probe, and they will, that's actually going to be slightly annoying for Arthur because his next forward pylon is quite a bit further away. So he's still going to be able to put on a little bit of pressure, but it's going to take him longer for the rest of the new units to catch up to his army. So that was a big win there for Miniraser. And look at this, he's scouting for the next forward pylon as well. He knows that the pressure's incoming. He wants to kill off as many of them as possible.
Just a double Stargate has just got thrown down, but Miniraser has an
The
Overlord.
mind games.
Oh no, the Overlord stopped! It stopped, Charizard. It's so close to seeing them.
This is ridiculous. So, okay, so Miniraser scouts the 4 gateways, proceeds to make a healthy amount of links, although not too many, which actually turns out to be an okay decision. He doesn't have the Roach one, but doesn't need the Roach to defend right now. And all of a sudden, he's sitting there going, where's your pressure? Why don't I see your pressure? And those links at the natural are now going to confirm that, yes, you've got 4 gateways, and no, you're not using them. So he must smell a rat right now. And I'm really hoping Miniraser uses this as a trigger to move that Overlord in, because those 2 start gates in a couple of minutes' time could end up bringing a world of hurt.
Now the double Phoenix production is started. Why is this? Because Arthur did not see any roaches. If you don't see roaches, you're going to be thinking, okay, well, if you're not getting those down, then maybe you're going for some Mutalisks. Could also be Ling Hydra. That's another option, in which case Phoenix, not so good. But in the off chance that it's going to be, well, Aspire and Mutalisks, Phoenix, very good option. So it's all down to Miniraser now.
The very moment you said, and the double Phoenix production has started. Why? I really wanted to interrupt you and say, because if he started 1, that would look slightly silly. But of course, you're absolutely right here. A lot of Phoenixes popping out on the field very quickly indeed. In what has essentially been little more than the last minute, he's gone and produced 5 or 6, and now the Overseer comes and sees these Phoenixes, and I'll tell you why that was so smart, because Arthur just hallucinated a Phoenix and sent it into Miniraser's base. So Miniraser knew that that Phoenix was hallucinated, and that might have made him a little less likely to think there were real Phoenixes out on the field. But now, Arthur is coming at him hammer and tongs with 4 of them, and he's following it up with double Void Rays.
Now the double Void Ray switch is brilliant. 4 Phoenix, kill Queens. This Queen was out of position as well, so it's going to die. That's going to hurt Miniraser's production. 6 Phoenix, of course, can start being really devastating, but look at all these Lings. They're running straight into a heap of Zealots.
Ooh, that was painful.
Yeah, these Zealots doing a nice job, especially with the Sentries and Stalkers behind. So, yeah, 3 went down, but for a lot more Zerglings. The Phoenix are still harassing. But what is the tech choice for Miniraser? He seems to want only Zerglings and upgrades.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure Zerglings and upgrades are gonna... I mean, guys, let's take it one step at a time. Zerglings and upgrades, I'll give you all of the upgrades you want. You are not beating my Phoenixes in the long run.
Or my Void Rays. Or my Carriers.
Or my Void Rays. Or my Zealots. So, to be perfectly honest, this current unit comp for Miniraser looking a little bit thin on the substance side, I have to admit. But look at this. Trying to go in at the third base. He will actually kill off all of these Zealots, so it's possible that the third is going to get cancelled here. But to borrow the horrendously used caster phrase, at what cost? And it looks like, because
no cancel,
not to cancel, that was bizarrely worth it. But I honestly think, if that third wasn't cancelled, was cancelled, and then Arthur just warped in another round of Zealots, I'm pretty sure he would have just got that down without much trouble. Because still, only Lings out on the field for our Zerg player.
Now, Miniraser, he's 99% sure going for this, like, quick upgraded Ultralisk play, fast Ultras, which is great, unless your opponent's going Sky Toss, because Ultras can't jump. Like,
dude, if Ultras could jump, that would be, like, so unbelievably terrifying. And finally, we have a Phoenix picking up a Zergling. I was actually going to start thinking about placing a bet on whether we'd see that this game, but it happened sooner rather than later.
That would have been too good. Like,
that's a lot of micro, man. Phoenix is picking up.
Oh, here we go, look at them! Oh, the Phoenix are devastating those Zerglings there. You don't often see Phoenix lift up Zerglings. It must be like quite a nice little thing. It should cost less energy, because I mean, it costs the same energy to lift up a Queen as it does a Zergling. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense, bro.
No, that really doesn't. Queens are significantly heftier beings, and ooh, there we go. A couple of free drones. Nom nom nom, I'll take that. And more are being transferred if he has the patience to stick around. And he does. 1, 2, 3, 4 drones. Ha ha ha. As Arthur moves out of the third base there, his Phoenix is intact. And if, to be honest, he brought a Void Ray or 2 with these as well, he might even be able to take on a couple of Queens here.
Have you started really liking Sesame Street now you've got this new hipster haircut, Jorsa?
Since when was Sesame Street considered hipster, man?
Well, you're like, I liked Sesame Street before it was cool.
No one liked Sesame Street before it was cool, because Sesame Street was always cool.
And that's just the sort of thing a hipster would say.
Maybe.
See that circle logic there? See it?
Maybe. Now we have the Lings moving, trying to pick off a couple of probes, going towards a third base location, thinking about getting into the... And oh good god, those force fields are devastating. As long as he holds that sentry at the ramp there, He should be completely fine. And there's the fourth force field. He's going to warp in a couple of zealots inside this horrible prison that he's got these lings trapped in there. And Miniraser's not going to be able to get out even edgeways. Supply is currently 121 for Arthur versus 110 for Miniraser, who does, though, enjoy a worker lead. He is at 78 drones right now versus 65 probes.
Jorisar, I have a problem. I have a massive problem. Okay?
Alright, maybe I can fix it.
What is Miniraser doing? He's doing nothing but getting upgrades. He's got to Hive Tech and made nothing but... Oh, there we go. Ultralist Cavern. It's fine. Never mind. Problem averted. He could have made it ages ago, but he's...
I was about to say, so this is kind of like an Ultra Rush that isn't an Ultra Rush.
Paused.
Miniraser's like... Set.
Okay, yep, he needs a pause. He's like, hang on a second. I've actually only been making queens and lings. To be fair, he's got a couple of infestors out on the field.
That is true. Does he actually? Did I not?
He does,
yeah.
he does. If you take a look at the fourth base, for example, you can see 3 of them there with the queens. Can you see it? To the left of the hatchery.
Wait, I'm looking at the wrong fourth. Never mind. There we go. Yep. I see it.
Oh yeah, is that the fourth or the third? I forget which order he took.
This is the fourth.
That's the fourth. Okay, it is the fourth.
They're interchangeable. Some can be a third. Sometimes it can be a fourth. In cross spawn position, it doesn't really matter. I like this as my third personally, just because I like it in a straight line. Otherwise, I get confused.
Otherwise, your OCD kicks in. You're like, no, I can't have the space, and you just use your lings and kill off your own hatchery so you can get the one in the line.
Yep, exactly. That's how I rose.
That's how I gain ladder points. It's true.
And like, I don't like the way that the hatcheries.
Miniraser said, "Sorry, phone," and that's because he just received a phone call going, "Bro, you're making lings. We need more than lings to beat Protoss with Sky units." And he was like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for the advice." And now we're going to be getting back into the game. Disclaimer: that may or may not have actually happened.
Yeah, you're going to need more than Ultras, though, to be able to take out Voidways, too. You know, Voidways fairly good against Ultralists with their old prismatic alignment chisel. So, even the Infestors aren't going to be a great choice. Because
that's an incredible mashup of 18th century and 21st century language. Ye old prismatic alignment chisel. I don't think I've ever heard more creative use of the English language.
I like mixing and matching it. Like
that's amazing. All right, we're going to be having Arthur moving on to creep here. Absolutely. Oh, great! It's the one on. Oh, good God! It's the one on those High Templars that are going to end up being great here, forcing those to made into Archons early. And where are the Ultras? Nowhere. That's where, as 22 lings are now coming out to battle what must be almost as many Zealots. This is not going to go well for Miniraser at all.
The 1+ thing for Miniraser is currently Arthur only has the 1-0 upgrades, whereas Miniraser's on 2-2. He's also got a mountainous number of queens. Like, there are just all the queens right now. They do have a lot of transfuses. The High Templar use their energy on them storms, so they're not going to be sitting there getting any feedback quite yet.
Zealots need to come back.
No, the Zealots are killing a hatchery. They're also killing the third base, though. Look at the third. It's getting annihilated by those Archons. The queens, they're still transfusing like mad, though.
You're right, it might not make too much of a difference in the end if the rest of these Zealots are going to be able to pick off the other bases as well. Another warping of Zealots coming in to the fourth base location. These queens are seriously preoccupied right now. The Ultras are out, but not in time to save the natural expansion, not in time to save the third. And it looks like in a very short amount of time, the fourth base might be under considerable danger as well.
Units are going to start trying to get over there. The Ultras are waddling. The Zealots have decided against killing the hatchery and instead try and buy some time for more drones to die. Jorisar's 48 drones have died this game so far.
I mean...
48.
And now, Arthur coming in and going, wait, hang on a second, I can't actually pick up these Ultras. That's frustrating. Miniraser have a little bit of Ultralist party behind the fourth base.
Oh no, look at the Overlord flock. The undefended Overlord flock. Why are they moving towards the Phoenix? They're like, just kill us. Just make it quick, damn it, make it quick.
I swear Miniraser's playing Monday Monday. That is my current explanation. It's Lings and Queens till the 15-minute mark, and then let all your Overlords die. But that said, he has a supply lead, guys. He's at 135 supply versus 119. This game is far from over. I'm enjoying slagging everyone off at this point, but I'm an equal opportunities horrible person. I'm very happy to slag everyone off equally. All in jest, of course. This is a fantastically entertaining game of Starcraft here.
I'm sorry, I've got to start loving Arthur. I've got to. I can't help it. He's making carriers. Carriers,
no.
3 of them coming out.
Oh,
there are Graviton Catapult as well.
I am so in love with Arthur right now.
I've seen a proxy Thor rush today and carriers. Like, this is caster heaven.
I'm actually tweeting this right now.
Are you? I can hear it because you've got like one of them henge mechanical keyboards. Production's gonna be shouting at us in a minute, like, for goodness sake, Jorzar, get rid of that keyboard.
No, man, I'm typing like super quietly because luckily these are red switches and they're not as loud as most. But Nick won't listen to me and he still thinks it sounds like a jackhammer.
It does. No, it doesn't really. Now an Ultra is cleaning up a Zealot drop, but at the same time, Zealot streaming in. Oh, Infestor's even getting picked up here by those Phoenix. So this is
that
no
is huge. Oh, and by huge, I mean he needs to pick him up again because he wasn't able to the first time. A couple more fungals coming in, and it looks like that one Infestor in the corner is like, ha, I'll throw down a fungal, and then all the shields go down. But will he be able to finish it off? It doesn't look like it. The Phoenix is going to be able to pick up a couple more drones. The Ultras shaking their little claws in agonizing rage there, as they're unable to do anything about it. And now we have another Warped of Zealots inside the main base. Might be able to pick off the Ultralist counter here if Miniraser isn't careful.
Well, the Queens are desperately transfusing it, trying to keep it up, and that's one thing I've got to give Miniraser, like, this much credit for. And if my webcam was on, you'd see me splitting my hands far and wide, because his transfusers have been insanely good this game. But is it going to be enough against those carriers that are slowly rising in number?
And so this is a weird position to be in, man. Miniraser still at about 150 supply. Arthur is slightly ahead at 178, and admittedly, this force of carriers is looking pretty darn hefty indeed. Currently 6 outside the third base location and more on the way, and Miniraser has absolutely no idea it's here. When this hits, this will either be comically hilarious in how badly it fails if we get ridiculously good fungals off or similar, or it will absolutely crush our Zerg player. One or the other is probably going to be true.
Now, I think I've ever had to theorycraft whether Zealot Archon Carrier beats Ling Queen Ultra Infestor.
Don't forget the Immortals.
Oh yeah, the Immortals.
Yeah.
But the Immortals won't do bonus damage to the Queens, wherever they are. How can I lose
Sure.
this many Queens on screen? Okay, here we go. Here, they're all chilling up here by the fourth base of the Ultras. One Ultra just shaking his head in despair there. He was just like, no, what is happening here? There's something bad is about to happen. He's got that feeling, and he's just like, yeah, something terrible is about to occur, and that's going to be carriers.
It's pretty true, guys. Arthur now moving on to creep at 200 supply. And I'm actually going to switch over to Miniraser's vision for a second. Okay, he spots it on the mini-map. He's getting his ultras, he's getting his queens, he's getting his infestors together. He saw the carriers, and right now he's like, what? And all of a sudden, our entire screen is filled with little interceptors. Fungals going off on the carriers, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think he can kill them anywhere close to fast enough. He might be able to try and fungal some of the interceptors, but I think it's almost futile at this point. So many queens coming in. The queens have to win this battle, but look at this. Arthur's targeting the queens with his interceptors to make sure they go down first, and once they're all gone, there's no anti-air. This is it.
This is looking very good now for Arthur. These carriers 4 did survive, but counterattack coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Mass Ultra. You might
Classic
have carriers.
Ultralist base train.
You can't kill me before I kill you, but unfortunately Arthur does have another base up here, which Miniraser indeed does know about. The interceptors now flying out. Lots of mini lasers everywhere as well. Miniraser is up against mini lasers, Jorazar.
And mini lasers at the moment are currently winning battles. The Ultras are going to take down the third base, but what Miniraser essentially needs to eventually defend against this is a single carrier just sitting at home, because Ultras and Lings, of course, cannot attack upwards. And these couple of carriers at the natural expansion, there's just no answer to them right now. 4 infestors and 2 more queens for Miniraser to try and stem the flow here. But the amount of damage being done by Arthur right now is huge.
The trouble is, the carriers alone are going to struggle to kill the Ultras in a timely manner, and that's why we've got some Void Rays in production, because Ultras, with the 3/3 upgrades, have got 4 armor. Interceptors do 7 damage per shot. That equals not very much. It's almost like seeing battle cruisers go up against Ultralists. Yes, the Ultras can never win the fight, but the fight will go on for so long, your opponent will die of old age.
That's true, man. I mean, at this point in time, he might have to be banking on that. More queens getting killed off inside the main base by those interceptors, while still 3 carriers now harassing the 2 hatcheries in here too. And we have some zealots that just failed to take down the hatchery at the 3rd location. Miniraser has now taken the 9 o'clock position as well. The supplies are 104 for our Zerg player and 95 for a Protoss. This game is insane, Maddles.
This game is unusual. I'll give it that much. I've not seen anything like this in a long time, but I am loving it. It is true. So, we see now this queen desperately trying to go after these interceptors. This is pretty much like how we feel in England on summer nights when we get bugs and we're like, what are these things? What are they doing? They're just all flying around, zapping at you, biting you and things like that. And you just don't know what to do. You just sit there trying to throw things at them crazily in the night. And that's what this queen's trying to do at the moment. Not really succeeding.
This is unbelievable, this game so far. The carrier's still inside the main base, still doing an awful lot of damage here, and they have their shields back up as well, so they're not going to be going down anytime soon. And it looks like finally Miniraser's actually called off the attack here. He hasn't destroyed the natural. He hasn't destroyed the main. He did manage to get rid of the third and fourth bases, but coming back, I mean, what are these?
Oh, fungal growth and mass infested Terrans. One of those carriers taking a lot of fire is going to be able to get away just. Very close there. Okay, that was quite close, Josa.
It was, but it was close on a single carrier. Those infestors have basically used all their energy now, and the 9 o'clock base is going to go down as well. I feel like Miniraser is losing a grip on this game a little bit. Really, he needed to send those ultras and links immediately into the natural rather than send them back momentarily. There's absolutely no use for them back home. And that's exactly what he's going to do here, but look at the beautiful positioning of these Archons. I think that might be enough, because it'll kill off enough of this army that the rest of it can't get rid of the base fast enough.
Well, we're seeing now that the ultras are starting to get taken out. Servians have streamed in. Force Move's going down. Of course, the Force Move's not good against the ultras, which is why Miniraser's crushing them with it. The Archons are going down, but only a handful of Speedlings and 2 ultras remain. The Void Ray is also starting to work it down. The carriers, though, for Arthur, they're making their way forward. Currently, the supply saying it's 78 for the Protoss to just 34 of the Zerg.
All right, well, this game is looking more and more standard by the minute, guys, as we see classic carriers versus Ultralisks base trade. Obvious new Heart of the Swarm metagame here in PvZ. Arthur continuing to fly around with 5 carriers very offensively as opponent's half of the map, making sure there are no hatcheries left, and indeed there aren't except for the hive inside the main base. If we take a quick look at the income tab, ladies and gentlemen, we can see it's very, very close, with both sides mining about 32 gas per minute and exactly 0 minerals per minute. So this is looking more and more comical by the second. However, I do have to say...
Newsflash.
Okay.
The drone for Miniraser that was mining gas has decided it now needs some minerals and has started. It's just the one drone has started.
Yeah, that's because he needs to get up to 300 in case in case he's able to use that to morph in a hatchery. He's at 255 right now, so he will, as long as it doesn't get killed off, be able to mine enough for another hatchery. He'd then have to sneak it out of the main base. But if he gets to do that, he's basically clinging on to the possibility of his base trade.
Minimum of 350. Because otherwise he can't make a drone.
Here come the interceptors.
They're getting fungled. They're getting chain fungled. Joe's up. The carriers are still up. The drone. The one.
280.
Drone. Oh.
Infested Terrans coming down. 285.
More infested Terrans. More fungal growths.
290. This is like the world's slowest countdown to. Oh, what?
Carrier dies.
We have a War Prism dropping probes in the main base because, obviously, I think this is Arthur saying, I think I've got this game.
He doesn't have enough money, though, to make anything. Like, at all. He's got a whole ton of gas.
Does he have a Nexus? He has a Nexus at the natural. He needs to save that Nexus.
The probes are attacking the hive. The probes are attacking the hive, Torisa. This is pretty intense. Meanwhile, the probes...
Oh, no, and Miniraser's down to 175 minerals, so he spent them on a queen. So the queen's gonna pop out. Oh, no, or is it? Oh, the probe's gonna get the hive in time. Oh my god. Well, he's got enough for another hatch.
And the broodlings are killing all the probes.
There are still a decent number of probes, long distance mining, I think, around the natural. Oh my god, they're actually being killed. Arthur, what are you doing? And now we have a War Prism. And, well, the last drone has just made itself into a Spore Crawler in the main base. And I'll tell you what, I don't think that Spore Crawler is going to last very long.
No, it's not. The carrier's now just outrunning the infested Terrans because... Yeah. And now...
Because, yeah.
Because, yeah, like that... This... I'm saying things to just seem logical in my brain.
This game hurts my head so much, and oh good god, the infested Terrans almost within range of those carriers there.
Wait, Victorsa, I've thought of something even more crazy. Okay?
Okay.
If the interceptors die to these spore crawlers, there's not enough minerals to make more.
Oh my god. Hang on, how many interceptors? Okay, we still have some interceptors left. They have to Basically, no. What is he? Arthur, you need to walk away with your carriers and let the probe kill the spore crawler, and then move in. And Arthur,
he's got no voice.
Arthur, you have a probe.
Oh wait, there's a void ray. There's a void ray. It's all okay. No, there's a void ray. Okay, the void ray can.
What the fly? Why did you do this, Arthur?
But the probe
Arthur.
is. The carriers are now useless. The carriers can't do anything. Ah, but there's a nexus. Okay, so Arthur does still have a nexus, and he does
but he can't build anything out of it.
Nobody has
chrono
probe.
boost.
Yeah, but he has a probe, so he can long distance mine.
That probe seriously needs to get back home.
Although to be fair,
oh no, not the links, the Oh my god. Oh my god. Hot pickup, ladies and gentlemen. Achievement unlocked. And I think when Arthur moved across the map with his warp prism and all the probes inside, that was basically his way of BMing his opponent, saying, "Get out of my game." And then he casually goes ahead and chucks away all his interceptors, forgetting that he's run out of cash. And now the Lings are attacking the Nexus. I don't believe what I'm seeing here, Maddles. This game, theoretically, can still go either way. This is like a Biggest Throws compilation album right here. What's
the Void Ray doing? Why is the Void Ray
kill off the Protoss base faster than the Void Ray can kill off all the Zerg buildings? I don't know. I don't think he can. The Void Ray has to defend. I think the Void Ray. I actually think the Void Ray needs to defend here, because otherwise, I reckon the Lings might be quicker. And if the
Void Ray can't get back in time, that's the problem. There's also infestors down still, so they can fungal growth.
Oh, good God! I didn't see the infestors.
Not time.
Wait, why are they going down? If
because
the infestors go up, and all he needs to do is fungal the Void Ray. He doesn't need to worry about the carriers.
But does he know the carriers have no intercept? He must do.
He must know, because they stopped attacking the Spore Crawler towards the end. It was just the probe left.
Oh, the Zergling. This hero Zergling is going to come and try and kill this hero probe under here. There, under the carriers, there's a probe hiding against this Zergling, but the Zergling's can come in. Can the pickup come down again?
I really want to know. Okay. I really want to know where the Void Ray is. Okay, there's the Void Ray, and I want to know where the infestors are. Miniraser, if he uses these infestors to kill that Void Ray, he wins this game.
Hang on, where are they? The infestors are just chilling here. They're not doing anything.
Wait, does he win this game? If he uses the infestor... Yeah, if he kills the Void Ray now with these two infestors, he wins the game. The Void Ray doesn't actually have that much left to kill. He's got the Evolution Chamber there, and that extractor, is it? The 12 o'clock? And look at these links.
Look at how little is here, though. There's no literally, there's this pylon, 2 Stargates, a gateway remaining.
That's the last building. The Void Ray's on it. Where are the infestors? Why are the infestors walking in?
No, there's one more extractor. There's one more extractor. This is going to be ridiculously close.
Where? Is it? It's just that, isn't it? Miniraser, you have 2 infestors. 2 infestors.
No, he's done it. He's got the infestor. He's fungal growth it. Miniraser's going to win. The Stargates are going down. The Void Ray is dead. Miniraser's won. He's won.
What?
That game, man.
What the fuck?
That was game 1. Game 1. I also love the way that our viewer count has tripled from that game. Thank you. This is just throw out there. Of course, I'm Maddles with me as Jorasar, and we are going to make it our job that production puts this VOD up, because this has to be VOD.
Right, guys, this was the most unbelievable, hilarious, exciting, and entertaining game of StarCraft I have ever cast in my life. That was amazing. And and all credit to Miniraser as well. Once the carriers came across the field, we were all like, herp derp, here we go. There are the carriers. Ultra's not going to do good against them. And we went, let's see how long it takes before he GG's. And look what happened. To be fair, we didn't actually say that, but at least for a while I was thinking it.
The thing that got me was just how I had to rationally sit there and be like, if that interceptor dies to the spore crawler, there's no money to make anymore. I've never had that as a consideration in a game before. Oh my goodness. This whole game. What